Hello everyone, you can't see me at the moment because this is a bit of a different video. I'm trying to use the screen of my calculator here. I'm doing a video on slope fields. Now this part of the course should not be something that is really difficult for you. Once you get the hang of it, they're very simple to see, understand, write, work with. Now where do we go for it on the calculator? Well, if you go here to differential equations, then you'll come up to this one looking like this. Now you'll notice here that it says y dash. Right, y dash, we're already in the derivative. So kind of see this like my derivative plotter. Whereas if you went to graph and table, you'd plot the actual function. Well, here is where we plot the derivatives. So y dash, see that this is dy dx. It's the rate of change of y with respect to x. So dy dx is y dash, is the slope field, is the differential equation. They're all kind of the same thing. So what do they look like? Well, I'm going to put a real simple one in. I'm going to say y dash equals 2. Now in your mind at the moment, just think, well, if I ended up with y dash equaling 2, what would my original equation be? And you should be able to in your head say, well, if I integrated that, I would get 2x plus c. So it's a linear equation, but I wouldn't know where it would be on my plot because of the plus c. So when I graph this, can you see how all these little lines, see how all the lines, they are at a slope or gradient of 2. Now forget about the scale of my graph and whatever, I might just rescale that so it's actually equally scaled. That might work better to see. Let's go -5 to 5 and -5 to 5. That might make it look a little bit better. There we go, right. So that's scaled -5 to 5. And this slope is indicating the gradient or dy dx. So it kind of makes sense that y dash equals 2. Well, the slope field equation or the slope field graph would look like this for two reasons. One, the arrow is pointing up towards the top right because it's +2. And the second thing is the angle of them, it might not look particularly clear, the angle of them is at a gradient of 2. Now you might say, but the graph can't exist all the way over there. How's that going? It's got to be in one place. Well, it is, but remember, if I integrate that, so if I integrate 2 dx, then I get 2x plus c. So it's an indefinite integral. I don't know where it is. So it could be, I'll try and get them together. It could be that line there. I know I'm kind of crossing over them. It could be that one. It could be that one. All I know about it is the gradient is 2. So I can't do any more than saying it exists somewhere there, and that's what it would look like. Exactly which one it is, I don't know yet, because I don't know my plus c. Let's do another one. Get rid of this. Let's do another one that's maybe a little bit more, not more difficult, but different. I'm just going to change this to 2x, right? So 2x. Now do the integration in your head. Isn't that going to be x squared plus c? So x squared, I'm going to expect a quadratic-y looking shape. So when I graph that, there we go. You can see the quadratic happening here. Look. And it's centered on the y-axis, which kind of makes sense because I didn't move it left or right. But look, here's the quadratic. But is it this one? Or is it this one? Or this? I don't know. Because it would be x squared plus c. So I don't know exactly where it is. Let's do this one. 2x, I think this one will work for me, -3. Let's have a look at that. Oops, let me... Can you see with the 2x minus 3 part, that's moving it left and right, isn't it? Look where the centre of it moved. See these? They're horizontal, aren't they? So I reckon the turning point happens somewhere up and down that line, which would match perfectly with that. And the graph is going to be something like that, but I don't know whether it's here or wherever it is. So my slope field equation is really just plotting out my indefinite integral when I don't know exactly where it's going to be. Now what have you got to be able to do? Well, you could be asked to draw a slope field equation, given the following, draw a slope field equation. Okay? You could be given a diagram of a slope field equation and say what function could be represented here. Notice could be represented simply because I don't know which one it is. So in this case, it'd be an x squared nature graph plus c. I don't know what that is. You could be given a slope field equation and then told a particular value, oh, and the graph goes through there, well then you can use that to find your plus c and therefore find the exact formula for it. So slope field equations, your calculator will help you in your learning. But really it's just graphing the indefinite integral where we don't know where it sits, and then maybe later on we can figure out where it sits. Hope this has helped. Have a play around in here, throw in whatever you like, and you get the graph, and then you can kind of play around. Hopefully you'll get the understanding and the idea. Thanks guys, catch you later.